graduating school. People say that I did not graduate school, which I right here have proof that I graduated my school, which I'm going to share with you. I don't like to personally give my last name out. I know it's out there, but here's my graduation book, and I'm going to give you guys a close-up, but I am right, it's in here
And explain what you graduated.
Yes. Okay, so hold on, let me get it. It's under funeral services. My name is right in this book right here, saying where I live, and okay, and I got my diploma right here, which I'm, diploma? No, I don't know what it's called. Certificate. See, that's what I mean, like I just say things and people are like, oh, yeah, that's not a diploma. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I need to watch my words because this is what I
Congratulations for completing your SciAS program.
That's what it is. I just completed
which was funeral services.
Right. So this I can understand where people are coming from because I graduated, but I also didn't graduate. And what I mean by that is there's 3 steps in the program I was in. It could be different funeral services where you live, but where I live, there is funeral services, which you go in class, you learn all about it, and then you graduate from that, and then you go into either one or both, embalming, the whole specialty, embalming, or funeral directing. And you guys all know that I was not sure about this one, but it didn't even come down to that, so you don't have to worry about this. This one was not completed at all. This first one, I graduated, and that's what this is from. My name's in the book. I also have pictures on my Instagram of me in cap and gown with my mom and dad there, with this in my hand. Actually, you can see me like this, holding this exact paper in my hand, graduating, walking across the stage, getting my diploma. That was just for the first part. The second part, the embalming, that's when, during that, I got sick. So in the middle of that, I stopped embalming. So no, I couldn't have graduated the embalming specialty to become a licensed embalmer. Absolutely not. And if I led you guys to believe that I graduated the second I am an embalmer, and I love my job very, very much. I once had to embalm somebody that I knew personally, and it was one of the hardest things I had to do. Even slow burn is if you look at the traditional color wheel, I was an embalmer, so I know all about the color wheel and colors that complement each other and such. So right across from blue, as you can see, is like a goldy yellow. I just did not want to do yellow underneath my lash line. I really wanted to do something similar. So an orange, something close to that will also pop because I am using same lines as our next thing is rumor being kicked out of embalming school. Now this one, a lot of these things I will tell you that they're my bad, and I'm gonna own up to all of them. This one, I was not kicked out. 100% I was not kicked out of embalming.
I was here at that time.
I am being completely honest with you. I have nothing to hide. I will take a lie detector test if need be. I was never kicked out of embalming. I graduated, I was in the program, you watched the vlogs. I had an incident where I was exposed, and whatever the case may be, I was very, very, very sick. Okay, now I said that formaldehyde poisoning, that's what it was, because I went to multiple doctors. One doctor told me that to my face. Did they diagnose it and write it on a paper? No. But did they tell me that? Yes, they did. And they told me, you know, to get rest, to drink fluids, and I was coughing up blood the first day that I had the exposure. Then I got tonsil stones because of that. I had tonsillitis. I had all this other, what's that one where you can't talk, where you lose your voice? I forget that one.
Strep throat.
Strep throat.
Anything that she could have had, it happened, and I sat here through it all. I watched it happen because in her schooling that she was in, they were doing hands-on learning.
Yeah, I was actually embalming, which is another thing. People are like, oh, you weren't an embalmer. Well, no, I didn't graduate from the embalmer specialty to become a license, but when I'm doing embalmings on real people, I considered myself an embalmer. Like, I'm doing an embalmings, I'm an embalmer. But I was never a licensed embalmer, and I'm sorry if you guys, if I ever led you to believe that I was that.
But she was never kicked out of anything.
No, absolutely not.
She kept wanting to go back, and honest to God, I almost had to force her to stop going because she was already sick, and they kept phoning, and she kept going, and she would just get more sick, and I couldn't sit here and watch it because she would come home and lay on the couch, and she couldn't get up. She couldn't do anything else. It was horrible.
And I am so
It was painful for me to watch.
Thankful for my health now. And you know, like my doctor said to me, you have to make a choice if you want to keep doing this for the rest of your life and potentially get very sick, or you know, you could just not get sick at all. There are some embalmers that do it for years and years and 50 years and never get sick. You know, it's just kind of luck of the draw. And for me, I got sick and I just chose for myself. I didn't want to take that chance.
I didn't want her to take the chance either.
So something
She wanted to keep going, she wanted to finish, but it couldn't because she just kept getting more and more sick, and I couldn't sit here and watch that.
So I was in my practicum at this point, so I was hands-on going to the funeral home every day, and they phoned me the one day, and it was wrong of me, but I just like stopped going. I just said, no, I'm like sick today. They phoned me again, and I said no, and then they phoned me the third-ish day, and I said, you know, I was crying to them, and I said, something I can't do. I got really, really sick, and I think I need to stop. And I lied to him. He came home and said, what did you do today? And I said, I went embalming, and he got really upset with me because I was already sick and making myself sick for something I loved. So no, I just stopped going.
It was a hard time because she enjoyed it.
So that's one thing that is a lie that is made up about me. I was never kicked out, and I did graduate. you.